everyone, in today's video I will discuss about super hit movie I.E 3 Minutes, A Lengthening. Bianca Stigter's narrative 3 Minutes, A Lengthening is an extraordinary film about filmmaking and a discreetly wrecking commemoration for lives a distant memory. The title lets you know it. Stigter requires a 3-minute reel of blurred 16mm variety home film taken in 1938 in the Jewish quarter of Nazielsk, Poland, and examines it, not simply to recognize individuals imagined in it, however to investigate the town, the area, the local area, and the little subtleties of day-to-day existence that frequently get disregarded. There are no on-camera meets, just the voices of individuals who were there, or who know individuals who were there, or who know things about Poland in the 30s, especially about the Jewish experience. At times Helena Bonham Carter peruses insightful material that probably is a refining of things the chief and her group got the hang of throughout the venture, however that aren't owing to a particular interviewee. The recording is dialed back, freeze-outlined, focused in on. Here and there it is gradually run in reverse and advances, making sort of a pendulum impact, as an interviewee discusses their own insight into a specific face in a group. As that individual talks, we might ponder which of the countenances they're discussing, however normally we have a very smart thought. The curve of the volatile pendulum abbreviates until we choose the individual and the picture freeze outlines, getting a second in time and holding it. Granular is commonly utilized as a similitude to recommend concentration and carefulness, however it applies in a real sense for this situation. At the point when we hear an observer talking about what befell one of 2 Lions of Judah that used to be on the entryway of a place of worship, or when Carter peruses perceptions about the social and monetary parts of the varieties found in ladies' garments, or when we find out about everything the distinction in young men's caps says to us about how much cash their families presumably had, we're looking at clumps of film grain in little segments of individual edges. We should be in an exhibition hall checking an impressionist work of art, masses of celluloid rather than paint out. We know how this story finished, generally talking. Toward the finish of the conflict, there were just 100 Jews left in the area, the rest having been migrated and killed as a group by Nazis and their empowering agents. The last part of the film manages the removal of the local area in a way steady with the remainder of the film. There is a crucial consideration and liberality to the general concept of making a film like this, in spite of the fact that on the off chance that such feelings were innate to the creation, we'd never be aware from how the material is introduced. It has been portrayed as a scientific activity, yet that descriptor is stacked with relationship from legal science. 3 Minutes, A Lengthening is showing U.S. individuals and things that never again exist, however the deferential and inventive way to deal with only 3 minutes of film gives life, momentarily, to a local area on the cusp of decimation. The home film was shot by a then youthful David Kurtz, and afterward gave by his grandson Glenn to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, which made the advanced duplicate that is utilized for a portion of the additional entering assessments of segments of film and pieces of individual edges. The museum posted it on the web, and one individual who saw it distinguished her granddad and a horde of young men. And inquiries go unanswered because of the lessening number of witnesses and neighborhood survivors, the fluffiness of certain pieces of edges, and the state of the print. Advanced upgrades are endeavored just momentarily, to address explicit inquiries. The remainder of the activity attempts to introduce the recording as we would encounter it in the event that we were watching the first reel of film go through a projector and cast upon a screen. The film's regard for the actual truth of its just visual source text converts into an inclination that we are in the possession of craftsmen who have sufficient regard for the subject not to attempt to publicity it, tidy it up, or mutilate it. They are serving the material, not utilizing it. The film is additionally sensitive to the everyday act of authentic exploration. In any event, when the 10,000-foot view is clear, a few pieces of it stay fluffy, and the student of history needs to acknowledge route and trust another person will sort out what they proved unable. Right off the bat in the film, Glenn Kurtz focuses on a give up a business that has 3 lines of text. The center one is readable on the grounds that it's huge. The ones above and underneath are excessively little, and computerized upgrade is fruitless at intuiting what the words could have said. That secret, similar to some others examined by the film, goes inexplicable. There's a modesty to including disappointments among the triumphs, of which there are numerous, so many, as a matter of fact, that 3 Minutes, A lengthening coincidentally likewise turns into a reprimand to narrators who don't understand what treasures they have close by in light of the fact that they haven't required some investment to super gander at them. The speediest and best method for adding length and volume to your lashes is with an extending mascara. In this instructional exercise, I'll tell you the best way to track down the best extending mascara for you shortly or less. Thanks for watching my video.